being an athlete is, just taking care of the stress. So you need to manage this, because there's a lot of fit guys who are
Yeah.
amazing in the gym. They're amazing in the qualifiers. But from the athlete perspective, what is the most important thing you want to be good at? So you want to be good at performing on the main stage when the points are matter, not in the not in the training or qualifiers, online qualifying, but doing this.
Yeah, man. Where are you at the moment? Are you in Poland?
Yeah, I'm in Poland in my car.
Cool, man. Yeah. How do we start? How was Berlin, man?
Berlin was it was really strange for me in case of going to the competition, because this was the first time I was really calm about the results. Maybe not, about the punching this ticket to the games, but really calm about what I am capable of and what I will do on this competition. So maybe, yeah, this was the biggest, let's say, change in my mindset going to the big competition, like semifinals.
Interesting. Does that have to do with the change to the underdogs and Justin Cutler?
Maybe, yeah, for the big part, yes, because starting the season with Justin since October, we put a lot in the work, and every stage of the qualification to the games, starting with the Open, then quarterfinals, I felt really good in comparison to other guys. So the Open was super easy. It was mostly fun. We even decided to do some Polish announcements here for the community. So I did this open workout straight after announcing. So in Poland, it was around midnight. So it was other experience, not super fun, but yeah, we did this for the CrossFit in Poland. And the quarterfinals, I felt also really good, really confident. I finished, 11 in Europe and 20 place in the world. So it's a big for me. So I knew that I am in good shape to be able to fight for the, game spot. And also we know the workouts in 3 weeks in advance. So I was able to practice them, and I know the results of the guys from previous weeks. So I was pretty sure that I am able to finish top 10.
Wow.
So the only thing was, just to go to the competition and do this. So
and execute,
we know, and execute, and we know that this is the hardest part, because you can be really good in the training, in your gym, in your environment, and without the judge and all the competition stress. But for me personally, the competition environment is really, let's say, this helps me to get better results, not stressing me out. So yeah, so cooperation with Justin and underdogs, yeah, helps me really good to feel more confident about my fitness, and they improve my fitness a lot.
Interesting. Yeah, that was a question I wanted to ask. When you saw the programming of the semifinals, did you knew, oh, this is good for me? But I talked to Yellow Hostel the other week about this, and he was saying, yeah, I looked at the workouts and I thought, oh, this is good for me. But he also told me, but it's another competition, it's Europe. You don't know if the Europe guys are just fitter than the weeks before, So that's always in your mind. Interesting. Why did you make the change to Justin Cutler as a coach?
First of all, I needed a coach, because I was coaching on my own. So you know how it is when you do what you want to do. It's not always the best way to get you in shape. Let's say like you would like to compete on the level you when you coach yourself. You probably without, let's say, experience with coaching the athlete on the level you want to be, it's really hard. So I decided to change this and I was looking for the coach who had this experience. So Justin was a perfect example of the guy who I know because I met him in 2018 in Berlin when he was on semifinals. It was regionals then. He was coaching my friend Bartek Lipka. He came to Berlin, so we meet, we chat a little bit. So I knew him. I saw him also in other competitions in Dubai. And I know that we know that he is a coach of Ricky Gerard and Carrie Pierce when she finished on the podium and Ricky finished on the podium. So this is a good example that this guy knows what to do, what we athletes need to do to be able to not even qualify to the games, but finish strong. So this is my first choice. So I sent him a message. We call. We decided that yeah we can give a shot. So he was really excited also for this cooperation, and so far so good. We are both happy. So we are excited to go to the games and make some noise.
Interesting. How different is the training from your own programming?
From my own, maybe it's not a the big huge difference. It's for sure bigger volume for me because I'm what I used to do in last years. I was just enjoying the CrossFit, enjoying the fitness, going to the competitions, compete. But I was training 2 hours a day, just lifting something heavy, and after that doing some CrossFit, and that's all. Because I have a lot of different stuff to do to cover in my life. So after a few years of just doing like this, I wasn't able to qualify even through the quarterfinals. So I have a half year to think about this. What I want from this CrossFit is, do I want push hard and try be better to have the best season possible, or just stay doing the same and just compete from time to time and not developing my fitness to the games level. So I decided to give a shot to try, because I do CrossFit for 10 years, but because of the low volume of the work I was doing, I feel really good, healthy. I don't have any injury, so my body it's not devastated by the sport. So I know that even this is my 10 years. I qualified to the games, just pushing my body for the, let's say, volume the CrossFit Games athletes should do. So I know I can handle this the next year, even the next year. So I think that it's a really cool season to train like this. Just the bigger volume, 4 or 5 hours per day of training and taking care of my body. And I know that this suits me, and this work paid off. So
big time so far, yeah.
Yeah. So it's really good time right now, and I know I really want to repeat this and go again and again and again.
Well, now I understand. I heard you say, I don't know where, but I heard you say this is my first season as a CrossFit athlete, and I was wondering what does it mean by that? But that makes sense when you talk about it like that. Interesting. Was it hard though to give programming for yourself in the hands of someone else? Like mentally, like
I don't know if I get you. So if this was hard for me, to stick to the coach plan after programming myself, or like this.
Yeah, if you program for yourself like for such a long time and then you give it in the hands of someone else? Was that even in your mind? Like, oh, I wonder if I can stick to this.
It wasn't actually a problem because, for this 10-year period when I was coaching, let's say half, maybe majority of this time was when I coaching strict on my own. But during this time, I have some experience with other coaches, but not let's say the strict coaching, cooperation, because it was the pattern should I follow, but I mix this a little bit more and less. It was for a few years or so the friendly, cooperation with my friend Michael, who have a coaching program here in Poland as well, and we, both try to do something with my fitness. But at the end, I knew that I needed change, a big change, and I needed just cooperation with the guy who is already there when I want to be, with the mindset of the programming. So yeah, but for me personally, during the training, it's not a big thing. I just, I have the plan, the program, what I need to do, and I'm just doing this. I don't think about this a lot.
Sure. How much sweeter is this qualification feel than in 2019 when you went as a national champion?
So in 2019, I wasn't qualified as a national champion.
You didn't, but you went, didn't you?
Yeah, I went, but it was the crazy year when you could qualify for the top 20 in the Open.
Oh yeah, in the Open.
You could qualify winning the sanctional event, or you could be, the national champion after the Open. So on this year, I won the sanctional event in London, strength in depth.
Ah, right.
So
yeah.
I was qualified to the games after this event. My friend won the Open in the Poland, so he was the national champion, Bartek. So we go with two Polish athletes to the games in 2018.
All right. So it's pretty much felt like a normal qualification through a competition.
Yeah. For me, yes. However, the format of the 2019 games was awful. It was 270 guys, and cuts after every event. You have, for the athlete like me, when I have, some home runs and a bigger holes in my fitness, because I feel really good in the CrossFit, in the, let's say, around 10 minutes workouts, no matter what you put in, the most likely, high skills and things like that. I just love them. I feel pretty good on this. And I feel pretty well on the strength things, and pretty low on the, endurance things. So, I don't have the best physique for the CrossFit to be, perfectly well-rounded athlete for the level of the games to win the CrossFit Games. But I believe my fitness is pretty good to just, qualify and perform really well on the, medium level of the games, maybe fighting for the top 20. We'll see what the games after the game. So yeah, I am pretty excited about this.
That's it. Are you the most balanced Bronislaw in that sense you've ever been, though?
Yeah, I think yes. Because mostly what we work on is to, fix the biggest holes in my fitness. So when we are working on this, I feel more balanced, and I feel pretty more, let's say, calm on those events, when mostly in the running events, strict running, or the high volume running, I was finished dead last because I was stuck on this. And right now, after, let's say, semis, we on the first event, it was a running, it was a long endurance, but it was a heavy sled pull, but it doesn't matter let's say, as much, because it was long event. So I finished top 20 in this one. So for me, it's big. And in the running event, it was 800 meters, the 8 snatches, and 800 meters I finished in the half of the park. So, and not last. So for me, it's big.
Yeah. did you already had like at the semis, did you had placements in mind which were good for you? Like you said in the first event, you were like middle of the pack, and were you already after the event like, oh, this is good. This is like, I can work with that.
No, no at all. I just, I just after the practice of these events, I just knew what I am, capable of to do on the competition floor, and I knew that I will do more or less this score. But when I just finish, and I knew that I executed well, like planned. So the score, the placement doesn't matter at all for me. I just wanted, to be happy and satisfied that I do what I am able to do on the competition. So this is the bigger, let's say, challenge for me, to make no mistakes and just execute the workout how it's planned.
Was the semifinal pretty much like you planned it, or did you fuck something up, or did you surprise yourself on something?
Yeah, of course I fucked up. And I don't know if this was clearly visible, because event 6, it was the one with the rope climbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The seated rope climbs.
Yeah, seated rope climbs. So I got the no rep on the first rope. So shit, if you know how the workout is structured, so this is the worst no rep you can get, the rope climb, because it takes a lot of time, to break and recover. So you lose a lot of points after this. So I was let's say focused before this workout started. I was so focused on not having no rep that I, just thinking, going to the competition floor, and I was thinking, you don't get no rep, don't get no rep. And I got the no rep on the first one. So,
on the first one.
Yeah, on the first one. So, like a slap. So you just, bring in with your minds the things, it just happened what you think about. So this was a perfect example of how you should not attempt the CrossFit workout. Just think about positive way that you finish the workout, you do everything well. Just don't think about the no reps. So this was the bigger fuck up, because I know that I lost about 90 seconds in this workout because of the no rep. Wow. So I finished 15, and I was able to finish top 5 in this one. Yeah, so, and for the let's say fuck ups, this is the biggest one, and maybe not the big mistake, but the last event, I know I could go faster on the bike. I don't know, I just, I didn't push myself as hard as I could on the bike, because maybe after the talk with the Justin, that it doesn't matter that you finish the bike first sprint, because you may have problems on the last round. So just keep steady pace and just finish. So I did like that. But after I just, after the finishing, I feel good. So I was thinking, what should happen? What happened if I, just smash the bike? Because this is what I usually do. So, but this time I trusted my coach advice. So, but at the end, it was good. It paid off, because nothing, wrong happened, and I qualified from 9th place overall, and going to the semifinals, I was on the 11th place after quarterfinals. So for me, it's improvement. And when you are going to the, like you said previously, in the Europe competition, you have 60 really fit guys. So
it was stacked. I think.
Yes.
I think before the competition, I was thinking like, this is gonna be like the biggest competition in Europe so far. Like all of the athletes are there, like 60 athletes. It's so stacked. It's not like 30 are here, 30 are there. It's everyone is in. Do you like that format better, or do you like the 2 semifinal format better?
For me, this one is better, because if you have, let's say, the spots per continent, like now in Europe, it's the best way to pick up the best guys is always to have them all in one place and let them fight for the spots. So yeah, I like this one a lot.
Does placement in the semis even matter for you guys, or are you I'm in. That's all I care.
No. You just want to be top 11.
Yeah.
Just reach the spot when you qualify. So actually, the placement doesn't matter at all.
Yeah. Is there prize
This
money?
is the no for this for 9. No, I don't know how it is for the other one. I believe that this is the $5,000 for the first place, maybe, but I'm not sure. I know that in last years it was like this. That
Yeah.
it was 5,531, something like that.
I heard nothing this year, so I was wondering.
Maybe. But this is just the let's say another step, to the biggest events. So this is why the placement doesn't matter at all. You just want to be on the qualified range of spots, and other things doesn't matter, because that you qualified, and all that matters that is that your performance at the games. So this is what you want to worry about at the same.
Yeah, for sure. Are you which workout did you get cut in 2019?
In 2019, I did 3 workouts of the games.
3 workouts?
3 workouts. First one was called First Cut.
Yeah.
And it was a mix of running, rope climbs, and snatches. And I did this one really under my performance level, because it was, I was affected about the stress, the heat. But I managed the cut. So I was in the top half of the park. So I was able to qualify to the next level, to the next stage. I don't remember my spots. But on the second cut event, it was the mix of rowing, kettlebell push presses, and handstand walk. So in this one,
I remember
second,
that. Yeah.
Second overall. So it was pretty good. I won my heat, and in the second heat, only Matt Fraser beat me by 3 seconds. Yeah, but it was nice to finish second, so it gave me a lot of points. So I managed to through this cut as well. And the third one I did was 6K run. So it was
yeah,
4 rounds of mile run, and with the rack, and we added the weight every
with the rack
lap.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was the worst event I could imagine on the games.
Yeah.
With the cuts, because if I would have 9 events ahead, could just damage this, control this damage of the points, and after that fight to get those points back on the other events. But it is what it is. It was 6K run, and then right after this event was the sprint with the sled pull, muscle up, sled push, something like that. So I knew that I could finish pretty good on the fourth workout. So yeah, it was really bad year, because the structure of the events, maybe not the structure, but the which event after which one was, it really depends on the athletes who could qualify further.
Yeah, I think everything about this year sucked. I hate that year. It was so, like, I don't know, like it felt like everybody could qualify. Like there were, like, I don't know, 500 athletes, and then after the first event, half of the field can go home. I think that was so stupid.
Yeah,
I don't know. I really hope that never comes back. Like I see, I don't know if it's a value to cut the field at some point, but these many cuts, they were ridiculous. I felt that was not.
I agree.
That was not cool. Like if you qualify for the CrossFit Games, you want to do at least, I don't know, 10, 12 events.
Exactly. If you want to call this the test of the fitness, it should look like this, because you have really broad range of movements, things to test if you want to take the best ones. We know that the best ones, the top 10, will always survive. Maybe not always, but the big possibility that we survive through every test, every cut, but it should not look like this.
Yeah.
So the current format is pretty good.
Yeah, and it wasn't like good programmed. Like even guys like Wellner and Fikowski got cut at some point. So it's clearly not a good programming. Like you said, like cutting after a 6K run is like you're not testing like enough other modalities at that point. That's stupid. Exactly. I think the first event was a well-programmed event for a cut, but after that it was just all over the place, man.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe if you want to cut the field a lot, like it was after the first, second, and third, I think the events should be well rounded, because they should cover a lot, much more things to be tested, not only running. But yeah, we can talk about this one.
If we think about a normal games, like let's just hope the games are like a normal CrossFit Games with like 15 events, everything is balanced out. Are you a games athlete or a semi-final, open, quarterfinal athlete? What suits you better?
For me, it's always live in-person competition. And in case of the tests, the more heavy, the more weird, the more complex the test is the better for me. So I am like competitive arena athlete, not the qualifiers guy. I hate training in my gym. I hate qualifiers. I hate recording. Because I'm really not able, to perform as good as on the competition floor. So the old things I am doing in my gym, on the training, I know then I can have at least 10% better on the competition floor.
Interesting. Are you bummed when I hear that? Are you sad that you're not gonna be pushed by Gima Harris at the games at a possible 1 rep max thing?
No, why?
because when I watch you like at semis or some events, when you do a 1 rep max snatch, for example, and you just do like 2 lifts, and you have enough time for like, I don't know, 1 or 2 more.
Yeah.
But you don't have any. I get it. It's smart. Why should you go heavier when you don't have competition like pushing you? But I'm always like, how much left is in the tank? I want to see this guy like being pushed by another one to see how much he can really lift. Like.
So what can I say? More at the games.
Yeah.
Hopefully we will see this at the games. So we will be able to check how much is in the tank.
Yeah, and that's why I'm bummed that my Harris didn't qualify, because he's like a good lifter. He could push you.
He could, of course. But if you just take a look on the guys who qualified, a lot of strong guys. So it will be for sure cool to watch.
Yeah, that's another thing why I'm really excited for you at the games, because you have like in that sense, you said you're the most balanced out as you were at the moment, but you also have like this home run hitting potential, like in strength events. Like you could win events, and that's always exciting to see,
Yeah, I feel that I feel pretty strong in short events, in heavy events. So yeah, I think there might be some good events for me at the games.
I hope so. What is your sports background? Why do you have this explosiveness?
My sport background is nothing. I did nothing before the CrossFit.
You did nothing?
Nothing at all. So what is funny is maybe we can just say that my background is strongman training, because my parents are farmers. So I am, from a small village, so a lot of things was, I need to do, help my parents, by just carrying some stuff, lifting some heavy stuff and things like that. So let's say it was a strongman training.
Interesting. How small was your town? How many people were
My
there?
town, it's not a town, but it's a village. It was, just four families across, so just four houses and just
Wow.
fields, animals, and things like that. So pure nature.
Interesting. Interesting. And how have you found CrossFit?
Um, when I was 19, 20, something like that, I just leave my parents' house, went to the bigger city, Olsztyn, when I'm living right now. So I started to study here and working in the same time. And I met one guy, new friend, and we just started, going to the gym. We did classic bodybuilding for 1 year, and on one training, he just, showed me on the YouTube the movie from the CrossFit Games when Rich running. Just, it was his time. He was winning, so he was there. He showed me, my friend showed me the event when we're training, just do something at the games, and I think you would like this one because I was doing the bodybuilding, but it was so boring for me, and I was always complaining that this is boring. Did it again and again because my friend have much more experience about the bodybuilding. He trained since few years already, and for me it's half year of practice, and I was already bored. So yeah, I saw this CrossFit and oh shit, it looks good. The people, the athletes looks really good, and not super jacked like bodybuilders, but really fit. So I wanted to try this. So after the next day, I did my first CrossFit workout. So I almost died. I just
Do you
just
remember the
finished.
workout?
Shit, I know. No, I don't remember. It was so hard that I just forgot about this because I but I remember that it takes me about 50. It took me 15 minutes. After that, I was lying on the floor for 45 minutes, and I have no idea what just happened. And I said, "Oh shit, this is I want to do this more." So I was training, every day, just trying other workouts, just learning about the CrossFit because it was 2012. So in Poland, we didn't have almost any boxes. In my city, actually, my gym is the first one of the CrossFit gyms. So yeah, I learned everything almost on my own from the internet.
Yeah, these were the old days. How is CrossFit like evolved in Poland during these times? Is it big in Poland right now?
I don't think it's right now big. This should be much bigger than it is right now. When I started in 2012, it was growing. It grew a lot up to 2018. Then the switch in the CrossFit mindset. I don't know the guys who with Black Glassman ideas. So you remember the switching off the social
Yeah.
media and things like that. So I think it was the time that people started to dislike this in 2019, 12, and then the pandemic, this reduced the number of the boxes in the Poland and the people who, maybe the number of the people who want to train CrossFit is the same. It's growing. People, are having more aware about the CrossFit, but there is since 2018 up to last year, the number of the boxes was so low here in Poland. So right now, from 1 year back, it's starting, to get back. More gyms are opening. So I believe we are, again on the wave that we are climbing up, and there will be, let's say, more people, more boxes, and this will the CrossFit become more popular in Poland again.
Yeah, I think it really changed like in the last couple of years because they sold the company to some investors, and I feel like they lost their way a little bit, and you can see that everywhere. But maybe it's starting to get better again. Like Castro is coming back and shit. Maybe they find their mojo again. I would hope so.
Hopefully. Yeah, I hope so as well, because this is really cool, sport. So yeah, hopefully.
Interesting. You stop frowning. Yeah, I'm having in a week. I have another guest from Switzerland on, and I always ask them on Instagram. I ask the people if they have questions for the guest, and they have a question for the next guest. But I find it also interesting in your perspective, because you told me that you were like really calm before and during the competition. But was it difficult to recover mentally and physically from the semifinals, or?
Yeah, there is something on this, because mostly when you are going to the competition, I don't know the games, but the big competition, let's say in Europe, like French throwdown, stretching depth, the throwdowns, big throwdowns. You just go there, you just compete, no matter how you perform. You have just one day of being really happy, or really just pissed off, and you are just thinking about what you're wrong and what you should do, and you just the next day you just coming back and just training, or I don't know, but you know what to do. And after these semis, I don't know why, after that I felt anxious for about a week after this competition. I just didn't want to do nothing. I just want to do nothing for 1 week. With my wife, we just go for the holiday in the mountains, in Polish mountains. So we just spend the week just walking on the mountains and thinking about life, what just happened. And after this week, I get back to the training, but the first training week was also pretty heavy, strange. And after that, everything just came back to the normal, with positive mindset for the preparing the best I can for the games. But mentally, it was something in the air during this competition, and after this competition, there was a big expectations in the social media. So a lot of this is, you have this because if you are the athlete who just go to the competitions and you show this with media, with social media and things like that, people know you and people wish you good or wish you not good, you have no idea, but a lot of people talk about you and have some expectations that the bigger expectations are, so the closer you are to the going to the games, to the winning competition or having just high spot, the more stressful it is. So so mentally it was, I could feel this on the warm-up area, just watching other guys, that some of them just didn't handle the pressure of this.
Interesting. So social media adds like real pressure to you guys.
Yeah, it is, because like I said, we are athletes, we compete. We can say that we are doing this just for us, because I do this like that. I do everything for my own satisfaction. I just want to be the best I can, just go to the competition, have fun, beat other guys. This give me the best fun from the competition. But no matter how much you are saying that this doesn't affect you, the Instagram things, what other people are talking about you, it is affecting you. So and also in previous years there was not so many, let's say, journalists about the CrossFit. So just before this semi-final piece, there was a lot of podcasts, a lot of articles about the expectation, who can win, who not, who we believe in, who not, and so this might be stressful.
Yeah, you're on a podcast right now. But I think
I
that's also because nobody is doing it, CrossFit's not doing it. They don't have the road. Back in the days, they had the road to the games. They had a podcast on their own. They were like broadcasting, like highlighting athletes in all the regions, and like building a hype before the games. And these years, nothing happens. So guys like me have to do it. That's the reason.
Amazing that you're doing this, because this is really good job. And just to adding to what I mentioned previously, then what is happening about this CrossFit and this this let's say stressful atmosphere before the competition is really good, because it's important, it's required, just for this, that then the athletes, the sport is become more recognizable, because not everyone knows that on this date we have semi-final. But if there is a lot of podcasts, YouTube's, articles in the internet, a lot of people can find this and just started the interest about this. So this is really good. And after above everything what we mentioned, what is important for being an athlete is just taking care of the stress. So you need to manage this, because there is a lot of fit guys who are amazing in the gym, they're amazing in the qualifiers, but from the athlete perspective, what is the most important thing you want to be good at? So you want to be good at performing on the main stage when the points are matter, not in the competition, not in the training or qualifiers, online qualifying, but doing this in your gym. So the more popular sport is, the more pressure on the athlete is. So the guys who are on the top are there because they're handling this stress good, in positive way. So exactly. This is just another mental thing, mental training that needs to be done if you want to be on the bigger stage of the sport.
Exactly. Yeah, there's so much happening up here, which is like really important. Like you said, there are a lot of fit people, but what you have up here is even more important. Do you think you're naturally good at this, to think about this, or do you have like mental coaches on the way and stuff like that?
I don't have any mental coach. I just I didn't think about this, in last years, but always when I went to competition, when I competing, it became natural for me. I feel good on the competition floor, so the stress about the competition just helps me focus on the task I need to do. The adrenaline rush helps me to get better results. I feel really good right after this competition event, so it came naturally for me. So maybe because of I always have been competitive in school, because of the individual sports. I just in physical education, the school, I just competed in just sprints, just throwing, and I play football a little bit on the just classes in the school. So it's we just can't call this sport background. I play volleyball, things like that. So I always since young kid I was competitive. So maybe this also helps me.
Was it clear from the beginning when you saw that documentary that you want to compete in the sport?
No, I just started, doing this training. We got the group of people who did the same, and then we just find out there is a local competition in Poland, in different cities. So just came in a few cars and go there, just competed. And I finished second, and it was amazing feeling that I'm on the podium on my first competition. So I wanted to do it again and again and again. So in the first year of my let's say competing, I competed 12 times. So every 1 month I competed somewhere in the Poland, and most of this competition I won. I was on the first place. So and this showed me that I have some potential, for this sport. And so I started, to compete abroad in some near European countries, near the Poland. And so far I think I have competed 70 or 80 times on my 10 years of CrossFit, and at least half of them I won. So it's really cool. So having the season, like this right now, it's it's amazing. Let's say part of my CrossFit life, that I know that if this is a perfect example that if you have some, preparedness, so let's say at least 5 years of training, I had 10 years, and if you will just put required amount of work, you are able, to just to qualify. Yeah, if you are able to handle this stress, what we talked about this previously, you can just, you can go to the games. This is nothing. This is nothing impossible. This can be done, even for the guy like me who is, when I was starting CrossFit, all my, let's say, friends just said, "Yeah, you are too big for this. Yeah, you are too heavy. Yeah, you don't have endurance. You won't make it. Just stop." I go, okay, just keep talking. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What I really liked.
Sorry.
What I really liked. Before we set up the podcast, I was asking what your time schedule was, and you first you said I'm going to the French Throwdown, but then after some days you said I didn't go to the Throwdown to better prepare for the games. So that was, for me, that was okay. This guy is serious. He's not just going there. He wants to play there.
Oh yeah, this will be a big play field. So the first, let's say, before the semifinals, you have no idea how this will end. You can be really, focused that you will qualify.
Everything can happen.
Yeah, everything can happen. So there is always two options. So my second option was, if I won't qualify to the games, just compete for these two malls. So I qualified for the French Throwdown and for the stretching depth. So this was my plan B for the competitions. So right after qualification, I got the qualification. So I resigned from the stretching depth. I wanted to go to the French just, to practice some things. But after talk with my coach, I didn't feel, just 1 week before the competition, I didn't feel that this will help me. That I don't need to practice anything on the competition floor. I just need to focus on the practice, things. What I know that can be improved before the games, to be able, to show the best performance I can on the games, on the biggest stage, because I know I can finish strong on this competition. So I just wanted to take time to prepare.
Awesome, man. I'm really excited for you at the games. I think this is going to be, the men's field is like really exciting for me, because anything can happen. Also at the women's, but I really like this men's field this year. It's going to be some fun, because we have home run hitters. We have a lot of fit guys who can push for the podium. And it's going to be really exciting, I think.
It's really good. It's really good to be there.
Yeah.
One of the 40 guys in the world. So it's amazing.
Man. I have one last question. Did you see Michal coming?
Did we expect that he will go?
Yeah. I think nobody was talking about him before the semifinal.
I know him. He started CrossFit because of me, because he watched me, and I wanted to do the same. So he started a few years ago, and we trained together from time to time. We competed together, competed against each other. So it's we are friends. So coming to we did the quarterfinals together, and because I really wanted to do quarterfinals with him, because I knew that I will beat him, I will go to the semifinal. This was my main goal. So we just go to the different city both, and we did in the different box. Just to come out from your home, from this thinking, from the stress in different city. You can just just think differently, have more clear mind, and you focus on the things you need to do right now. So yeah, I did better on the quarters from Michael, but I know that he's really good at this, really well-rounded guy. And what is funny about him here, he finished, I believe, 22nd or something, about 30 place in the quarters. He coming to the semifinals, he was aiming for 20, something like that. But what is funny, he's 2 kids, really young kids, not sleep at all at night. Maybe not enough that he should. And coming to the competition, he said it was first night when he slept full night, and it's crazy how good he feels. And we just laughing. I just used to use this, and yeah. So at the end, this is the guy also similar to me for the this competition, let's say, athlete. So he's really good on the competition floor. So maybe also because of this, he was able, to just do what he can do the best on the competition and floor, and it was okay to qualify.
So yeah, I have never heard of him before, and I was like, who is that guy? Where did he come from?
Yeah, what is funny, we live 100 kilometers away from each other, so we close 100. So.
That's close. And now we have 2 Polish guys at the CrossFit Games. And is Gabi the only woman, or is there another woman from Poland?
Gabi is only Polish woman to the games.
3
and
people.
Is there okay? Is there any other European country who have 2 athletes? No, only Poland.
No, maybe Norway at the women's.
Okay.
I don't know. I think Mathilde Gans did it.
Yeah.
Oh no, Solberg didn't do it. Okay. I don't know. That's an interesting question. That's an interesting question. No, I don't think so. You're the only guys. Polish power, man.
Yeah, Polish power. And a lot of Americans and Canadians.
Yeah, but I think Europe is gonna make a splash at the games. I think for sure the winner at the women's division will be from Europe, and maybe we have a shot at the podium at the men's side. I'm predicting it right now here.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Bron,
I have. Yeah. No,
finish your sentence.
I just don't have any predictions. I just want to say that I really would love to see Gabi on the podium, perfectly on the first one, because she really deserves this. She smashed the semifinals, so I believe she can win. From my perspective, just top 20 would be, really satisfying. So, but what we'll see, what will be, we will see at the game. What I can, just say that I will be ready.
Awesome, man. Are you healthy? 100%?
Yeah, I'm healthy. This is let's say, the thing I am focusing the most right now. Just staying healthy.
Awesome, man. I think you're gonna do some amazing stuff at the games. I'm excited to watch you.
Hopefully.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you for the invitation.
I'm gonna stop.